Okay, good morning, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Come, friend. No, come, friend. Oh, fan, huh? Okay, you can sit there. But last people, you can come from. Okay. Good morning, online. Thank you. Thank you for the wishes. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, everyone. Super. Okay, so good, good. So, guys, okay, thank you, each and every one of you, for the Teachers' Day wishes. And, oh, really? Okay. And on this occasion, on this occasion, I would really, really wish you all the very best for your success. And wholeheartedly, I'm not that big guy to give you blessings, but the thing is, but I really wish you all the very best. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Murali Krishna. Yeah, but the thing is, I always admire, like, um, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So, the very first thing that we always keep that in mind is always God. And then after that, parents, and after that, teachers. So, even I too, I remember my teachers, those who were really good for me. And it's really, really good to think about them, right? Because they help us to show the path, and they guide us, right? And I hope, so we are just lived one day, right? So I hope I made you a really good expert on AWS. And I really wish all the very best for your next career. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so do you remember what we discussed yesterday? VPC. Okay, so instead the VPC, guys, I wrote that steps, right? What are those steps? Let's go one by one. And then, thank you, Srikant. So let's go one by one. So first we need to create a VPC. What is that? First we need to create a VPC. And what is the CIDR for the VPC? 192.168.00/16. And next one, create a internet gateway and attach it to the VPC. Very good. And third one, create a public subnet. What is the CIDR of public subnet? 192.168.1.0/24. Very good. Very good. And then fourth step, create a private subnet. Okay. What is the CIDR? 192.168.2.0/24. Fifth step, create a NAT gateway. And that NAT gateway should be in which subnet? Public subnet. And one elastic IP should be assigned. Sixth, create a public routing table. Public routing table. And we need to add a route. All traffic is routed to internet gateway. And which subnet is associated? Public subnet is associated. And next step, create a private subnet. Create a private subnet, and all traffic is routed to NAT, which subnet is associated? Private subnet is associated. Fantastic. So after that, we need to create a security group. After that, we need to create a security group and allow SSH and RDP, whichever. And then we go and launch one EC2 instance in a public subnet. What is that EC2 instance called? Bastion server. And then we launch one more EC2 instance in private. So then we'll try to connect to the Bastion and from Bastion to private. Super. So do you all clear on what we're going to do? So whatever that we have learned, we will just doing that as a practical. So if you follow these steps in your lifelong, you no need to look back on VPC. Many people will get confused. Let's say, for example, myself itself, right? Myself, when I was very new on this AWS, one of the consultant, my company hired, and then what they did was they came and they set up the VPC. I was scratching my head. First, do I need to create a routing table? First, I need to create internet gateway. First, I need to create NAT. What is NAT? What is the relation between NAT and internet gateway? Right? What is routing table? How do I route it? Where should I route it? What is subnet? What is the difference? What is the connection between all these things? I was scratching my head. So since then, I wrote the step in my book by doing a lot of analysis. The same step I'm teaching you, right? So that is why it is very, very easy, right? Okay. So you need to create a custom VPC with a single subnet. The subnet range must be as large as possible. Which range you do? What we need to do? We have /16 and /8. No, you can go with it, Shankar Rao. Okay. Let's move on. So what we're going to do, and also yesterday we learned about VPC endpoints. Remember, what is VPC endpoint? If you don't want to have internet access and you want to access only AWS services, then go with the VPC endpoint. So should we go and create the same thing? Ready? Okay. Let me share my screen. So, okay, so let me log in. Okay, online, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well, Nana? Okay. So I know there's a huge heavy rain here in Hyderabad, but I really appreciate offline people here and also online, and especially offline coming all the way. So really good to see you guys. Okay, so Nana, whatever we have learned till now, let's try to implement the same thing. Okay, so let's go to VPC. Let's go to VPC. Click on VPC. So VPC is global or regional? Regional. So wherever you want to create a VPC in whichever the region that it is, you just go and create it. So which is the region that we should be selecting? Mumbai. So I selected Mumbai. And you see, this is the huge dashboard of the VPC. Okay. On the left side, do you see this? Your VPCs. No. So do we have already a default VPC? So yesterday we learned this. The default VPC has the private IP will start with what range? 172, right? Because do you see this here? 172.31.00/16 is the CIDR for the VPC, default VPC. Do you delete this default VPC? Don't delete it. So if you delete it, you cannot launch EC2 install. But of course, after we do these practicals, you can delete and recreate also because you will be experts on this already. So for now, don't touch it. So there is a default VPC. And if for the default VPC, how many subnets are there? How many subnets are there for default VPC? 3 subnets, no? How many? 3 subnets are there. On the left side, if you click on it, do you see we have 3 subnets. And 3 subnets, what is the subnet mask? So do you remember yesterday we calculated 20, no? How many IPs that you got? 4091. Do you see this here? How many IPs that you get if you go for /20? 4091. So we have the 3 subnets. Do you delete these 3 subnets? Don't delete it. Okay. And also default VPC has internet gateway. Yes. Do you see? If you click on it, we have the internet gateway. And the default VPC has the NAT gateway. No. So if we click on NAT gateway on the left side, we don't have the NAT. Do you see the logics? So what we're going to do is now, let's go ahead and try to create VPC. Okay. So guys, see here. Let's click on create VPC. Create VPC. Okay. See here. Guys, if you listen this properly, you know it to have steps also. Just follow it. So VPC. So we have here resource to create VPC only and VPC and more. Don't go for VPC and more, because if you go for VPC and more, automatically all this nasty things will come up. So you don't learn much here. So what we do, let us go and create a VPC only. Okay, clearly we'll create. So what is the name of the VPC? Let's call it as Mumbai VPC. You got habituated, 9 a.m. VPC, huh? Okay. So Mumbai VPC. Okay, no. Are we using IPv4 or something else? We are using IPv4. Select the IPv4. Are we using IPv6? No, we are not using it. And IPv4 CIDR, it is asking. What is the CIDR of the VPC that we thought to create? 192.168.00/16. Now, who will give in general in your real time? Who will give this range? Your network administrator. So, see, generally, if you join any companies, maximum VPC might have created already. You don't get a chance to create a VPC. 100%. Not 100%, 99.99%. You will not get an option to create a VPC because you have your team leads or already people might have created already VPC. Just in case, if you have joined any startup company, just in case if you got any new project where you need to set up everything from scratch, then you will be doing all these things. Otherwise, no. So in your real time, it will be like, you will get a job only to create bucket, only creating the bucket. So, and also you might be, so if it is like really good, then launch EC2. That's it. So, but here you see that how many things that you have learned. You have learned a lot. So you can go now and tell to the team lead, Babu, do this, don't do this. You create that, you don't create it, and you will go and giving the answers for them, right? That's really good. Okay, so we need to create Roshan. Okay, Nana. So here, let's see what we selected. We selected VPC only. We have given the name and we have given the CIDR, and then tenancy should be shared. Default or dedicated. It should be default. Don't go for dedicated. Dedicated meaning bill. Simple. Click on create VPC. No, hold on. Okay. That's all. Create VPC. Okay, done. So click on create VPC. So now we created a VPC. Nana. What's the next step? Create an internet gateway. On the left side, and by the way, do you see this is the VPC that we have created here, 192.168.00/16. So, and then on the left side, do you see internet gateway? Click on internet gateway. And then guys, and we already have one internet gateway. Can you use that internet gateway to your new VPC? No. One internet gateway can be attached to only one VPC. Please write down in your book. One internet gateway can be attached to only one VPC at a time. Okay. By default, it is public subnet, private subnet. It is not about default public subnet, private subnet. It is up to us what we are creating it. Okay. Okay. Now, do you see internet gateway? You cannot attach one internet gateway to multiple VPCs. What we need to create? Create internet gateway. Click on create internet and call it as Mumbai IGW, Mumbai Internet Gateway. Click on create internet gateway. So once we create internet gateway, then this is in which state? Detached state. What we need to do? Attach. Go to actions and click on attach to VPC. Click on attach to VPC. Now, which VPC? Mumbai VPC. Are we getting default VPC here? No. So because internet gateway can be attached to only one VPC, select default VPC. I mean Mumbai VPC. Attach. Good. Next. What is create a public subnet? On the left side, do you see subnets? If you click on it and then create subnet, click on create subnet. Now, which VPC that you need to select? Please be careful because if you select something else, then your entire VPC will not work. So click on Mumbai VPC and it is asking for subnet. So what is the subnet that first we will create? Public, write down public subnet here. Okay. And now this subnet, I told you, every subnet is associated to one availability zone. So which availability zone should we go and put it? We'll put it in 1A. And what is the CIDR of this public subnet? 192.168. 1.0/16, sorry, /24. You understand? So 192.168, 1.0/24 you need to give. So guys, you can create a subnet here also. You can add another new subnet here also. I'm adding a new subnet. What is the second subnet that we are creating it? Yes, private subnet. Which availability zone, Anna? 1B. What is the CIDR? 192.168, 2.0/20. Nice. So clear how to create a subnets? And click on create subnets. Now subnets got created. Which one? Public subnet and private. Do you see this here? Yesterday we calculated, no, for /24, how many IPs that we got? 251, no? Right? We did a calculation. Okay, we created public subnet and then private subnet. What is the next step? Create a NAT gateway. On the left side, do you see NAT gateway? And click on create NAT. So call it as Mumbai NAT. And this NAT gateway should be in which subnet? Do you see here? Which subnet I need to select here? Public subnet. And this NAT gateway should be exposed to public or not? Yes. Otherwise, if it is private, you don't have internet connection. See, private NAT gateway traffic can't reach the internet. So what we need to put? We need to put it to public. And I told you we need to have one elastic IP. No. Do we already have elastic IP here? No. So what we need to do? Allocate elastic IP. Click on allocate. Already elastic IP will create. See here. Huh? That's it. So create a NAT, Mumbai NAT, select the subnet, public subnet, connectivity type, public, elastic IP, select it and click on create NAT. NAT gateway, it is getting created. Good. Next. What is the next step? Create the routing tables. Which routing tables? Public routing table and private routing table. So on the left side, do you see route tables? And I told you yesterday, whenever you create a new VPC, a automatically one default route table will be created. Do you see this here? We call it as main route table. Which one? Main route table. So when I created Mumbai VPC, one default route table got created. But I told you, do we use the default things anymore? Yes. Ika chalu. Enough. Right? So we should not use the default things anymore. Let's go and create everything new. So let's go and create a route tables. Click on create route table. So call it as public route table. Which VPC I need to select? Mumbai VPC. Click on create a route table. I need to create one more, no? Which one? Private RT Mumbai. Create route table. So I created how many route tables? 2 route table. Now I select public routing table. And do you see here routes we have? And I told you what we need to add. We need to add a route. No. Click on edit routes. Here add routes. All traffic meaning what? 0.0.00/0 should be routed to. This is public routing table. Public table routing table is routed to internet gateway. Do you see? Select which one? Internet gateway. Mumbai IGW. Save. Okay. And then public routing table, we added the routes. And we have subnet association. No. Which subnet should be associated for this? Public or private? Select the public. Nana, I created only one public subnet and one private subnet for you. Can we create multiple public subnets and multiple private subnets? Up to you, no problem. If you have 2, 3 also, select all these things and associate it to the public routing table. And then click on save associations. So should we do the same thing for the private routing table? Where should I go? Routes, edit routes, add routes, and all traffic routed to. Excellent. That. Which one? Mumbai NAT. Save. And subnet associations, which one? Private subnet. Cool. Okay. Then what is the next step? Create a security group. What we need to do? We create a security group. Should we go and create a security group? Where? Let's go to EC2. Online guys, are you following? Others? Is it clear till here, everyone? Nice. So, why you have one that load balance? Okay, we need to create a security group, right? So, hold on. Okay, good. So on the left side, let's go to security groups and let's create a. And guys, by the way, I told you, whenever you create a new VPC, a default security group will create it. No, this is a default security group. So do we use the default security group? Let's not use. So let's create a new security group. Create new security group. And what is the security group name? Call it as my own Mumbai security group. You can give any name. Okay. So select this, put the description, and many people will do the mistake here. VPC, this is the VPC, but this is, you need to delete this VPC and select Mumbai VPC because previously it was default VPC. So remember, Nana, how do you identify that VPC? Mumbai VPC, do you see the VPC ID is very big? Do you see big VPC ID? So whenever you create any VPC, custom VPC, you will get a big ID. So that means that is your VPC. So select a Mumbai VPC. And here, what kind of rules that I need to add here? Inbound rule. Okay, now we need to launch one Bastion server and we need to launch one private server. No. So you decide. Should I show you in Linux or Windows? You want Linux? Oh, okay. So if you are using Linux, then which is the protocol that you need to use? SSH. Add, and here SSH. Which one? Fire. And then create secret group. You all understand how to create a secret group? So, which is that secret group? My one. So give me, let me put tag it. Okay. So here one more important thing. Do you remember when I was teaching about this security group, I told you all the time, there should be one default rule is there, no? There is one default rule. To set, okay, let's take default security group, inbound rule. We have one self, no? All traffic self. So remember, what you need to do is after creating the VPC, edit inbound rules, add rule, you need to give all traffic to self. Self meaning which one here? Mumbai security group. Which one you need to give? You see here? This is very important. This is a best practice. I'll remind you what is the example that I gave you on that day. So guys, security group is used for security purpose for your EC2 instance. And you have allowed only SSH now. And you are allowing all traffic to self. I'm allowing from outside. Am I allowing from outside? No, I'm allowing all traffic to self. That meaning, guys, let's say you have your home. If you want to secure your home, will you lock the door from outside and throw out the key? What you do? You should have full access. No, you go inside. You should have full access. You go inside and lock the door. That's what I did here. I selected all traffic to where to Mumbai self. That Mumbai, my own Mumbai SG I have selected. So that means you are giving access to self. And then from outside, what are you giving access? SSH. So make sure that you need to have this default traffic all the time. Best practice. Save. So I created a security group now. Then what we need to do now? Launch a EC2 instance. So select here, let's click on it and then click on launch instance. And what is this instance name? Bastion server. Let's take Bastion server. And which is our favorite one? Red Hat. Select lal2p. Okay. And then select down. T2 micro is fine. Key pair. 9 AM batch. Edit. Guys, here we need to say, many people will do this mistake. Which is the VPC that we should be using it? So you will be launching in default VPC. Then you'll start, sorry, it is not working. So which one you need to select here? Mumbai VPC. Select Mumbai VPC. And Mumbai VPC, how many subnets we have created? 2 subnets. Which one I need to select here? Public, because Bastion server I have created. So public. So auto assign public IP, enable or disable? For the Bastion server. Enable, no? Otherwise, how do you connect? Right? We need to enable it. And then select existing secret group. Which secret group? You understand what to select? So select your own VPC, select your own subnet, assign the public IP. Guys, public IP should be assigned only to your, whichever is required. If you have requirement, then only you assign. Otherwise, don't keep on assigning it. Okay. So let's go ahead and create a launch instance. And we need to launch one more EC2 instance. Let's do which one? Private. Launch instance. Call it as Mumbai private. You can give any name. So browse. Red Hat. T2 micro and which Nana? 9 AM batch. And here we need to select Mumbai VPC. And then which subnet? Private subnet. And for this private subnet, auto assign public IP, enable or disable? Enable or disable? For private server. It is purely disable. You cannot connect to the private server from internet. Definitely no. So strictly disable it and select security group. Which one? Mumbai, yes. And then go and launch. So guys, if you have done properly and correctly, neatly, guys, you have architected the VPC now. See, I was when I was sitting in front of the consultant, he was doing tut, 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 like this, all these things. Then I was like opening my mouth and how he is doing it. I asked, sir, if you want me to do like that, how much? He said, no, you need to have 4 to 5 years experience. Within 1 month, I did. Right? So the thing is, yes, for now it will be like this. Once you get habituated with all these things, with left hand, you will create it. Blindly will you tell steps, right? I'm telling you, you are bagging a very good technology and you are bagging a very good technical concepts from here. So the only thing that you need to pray God that you need to get an opportunity. That's it. If you get an opportunity, boom, boom, right? You can do a lot. Okay, so yeah, money. So let's okay. Number 1, 2/2 checks are passed. So now we have architected the entire VPC. Now we need to go and connect to first. I need to connect to the Bastion server or Mumbai private. Bastion. So let's open Booty. So put it here. Appearance, I'll make it bigger. Connections. And SSH auth credentials. Which one, Nana? 9. Okay. So ready? If I open, if I connect, then whatever the architect that we have done is super good and super correct. If not, we need to troubleshoot. Okay. Should we do it? Click on open. See, what is the EC2 minus user? So congratulations. We have connected to the EC2 instance, which is in our own VPC. We are not using anything defaults, everything. Now it looks like this, but when you're setting up by your own and then you launch and you're able to connect, then you will give a good expression. Appa, huh? You will give that. You will give that expression for sure. Okay. So let's go to sudo minus. Yes. Okay. Now here we need to do a few things. So you have logged into this, you have logged into the Bastion server. From here, where we need to connect? Private server, Mumbai private server. So how do you connect from the Linux machine? From Linux machine, how to connect another Linux machine? Using what? SSH. Using what? SSH. So go to Mumbai private. Do you see on top we have click on connect? And here SSH client is there, no? Do you see the command here? SSH minus blah 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 is there, no? So copy this command and paste it. So now you see the command SSH minus I 9am batch.pem EC2 minus user at the rate, that is a private IP of that Mumbai private server. Will this work now? So guys, this will not work because it is expecting here what? 9am batch PEM file. If I do ls, do I have the PEM file here? Then how does it work? If you put it also, it will not work. So that meaning here I need to get the PEM file, right? So how do you get the PEM file? There is multiple ways I showed you. I showed you how to do FTP also. With the FTP, can you do it? Yes. So there are, can you with CLI, can you get it? Yes. You can do, there are so many things, but should I tell you easiest way of getting the PEM file here? Huh? Simple. So create this file. What is this file? What is the command to create file? VI. VI and then 900. Okay. Enter. So now, where is your PEM file? See it. 9 a.m. batch PEM file. Do you see this here? Edit. Copy. Okay. And then here simply, here you need to press I. I meaning insert mode. So in your, you have two modes, right? Insert mode and command mode, right? So press I. Do you see in the bottom, you see 9 a.m. batch.pem file. If you click on, if you press I, then it will go to the insert mode. And now right click, paste. Okay. And now press escape. Escape colon WQ exclamatory. So writing and saving and force quitting it. Okay. Now if we do ls, do we have the file now here? Yes. So you created a file, but you need to give read permissions, no? So what is the command in Linux to give the permissions? Chmod. Which one, Nana? Chmod. And 400. 4 represents read. So I'm giving just only read permissions for this. For which one? 9 a.m. batch. Enter. So now I'm in which server here? 192.168, 1.162. Which server is this? Which server is that? Bastion server, no? Yes or no? I'll show you this. That is a private API of the Bastion server. So select the Bastion server. So do you see 192.169, 1.162, 198.169, 1.162. Which server is this? My Bastion. From here, where I need to connect? I need to connect. So I'll use this command now. I'll use command. Should I go and connect now? Yes. Enter. Say yes. And do you see this? Where I'm now? 192.168, 2.254. Which one is that? Mumbai private. Do you see? 192.168, 2.224. 254. So now do you see? We have connected from Bastion to private. You understand? Write down that commands. What are the commands that I have used? Yeah, you can go to history, but I've logged into another server. You cannot get history here. I need to go out. So, okay, what is the command? First, sudo minus yes. So, log into Bastion server. From there, sudo minus yes. Then what I did? Yes, we need to SSH. Before that, we need to create the PEM file, right? So, vi 9 a.m. batch.pem, right? Here, what you need to copy paste the PEM file content carefully. Guys, if you have not copy paste the content carefully, then your PEM file will not work. Okay, if you remove one letter also, it's gone. Okay. So, and then what we did, chmod 400 9 a.m. batch.pem file. And then what we did the SSH command. Okay. Where, Nana? I just pasted, but I didn't enter. I just set it, put it. Okay. Super. All guys, is this clear till here, everyone? How we have connected from Bastion to private? Is this clear, CC? Okay. Done. Okay. So someone is asking the security group. So which is the security group that we have used? My own Mumbai SC. In inbound rules, what is the thing that we have enabled? We have enabled only SSH from my IP. And then here, all traffic to self. all traffic to self. Hmm. So Nana, so see here, and okay, you wrote down here. Come, you're done, right? Okay, concentrate here now. So I clear it. Where I am now? Private Mumbai, private. So I'll go sudo minus yes. I'm elevating my permissions. So I'm in my Mumbai private server. Okay, Nana? Right. So from here, do we have internet access? Think and answer. Do we have internet access? I'm asking, I'm in my Mumbai private server. So do I have that meaning Mumbai private server is in which subnet? Private subnet. So do I have internet access to my private subnet here now? Yes, we have. No, we have NAT, right? We have NAT. No. Did we configure the NAT? If you have a NAT, you have the internet access. So should I show you how to do? Let's say, for example, can you give me one small package to install? Let's say, for example, yum install -y. Okay, there is a small package called wget. Okay, let's see. It is installing, completed. That meaning I have internet access? Yes or no? Yes, I have internet access. Now I don't want to have internet access. What will you do for this? So will you delete the NAT or will you remove the NAT entry? NAT entry. So NAT entry should be in which routing table? Publica, privata? Private. See here. Now let's go to the VPC. Which one? Route table. Which route table? Private route table. In private route table, routes, and we have edit routes. And do you see this here? We are all traffic is routing to the NAT. That meaning here, whatever I'm giving it, everything is routing to where? NAT. So that means it has internet access. So for that meaning, so if I click on remove and save, now tell me, do I have internet access now for this? No. Let's see. Yum install -y httpd, for example. Do you see here on the bottom? It is timing out. Do you see? Bottom one. It's timing out. So do you have internet access here? Definitely no. So do you all understood how to switch on and off internet access to your private subnet? Super. I cancel it. Okay. So now, guys, listen this carefully. Remember, we discussed about VPC endpoint, right? VPC, and what is VPC endpoint? If you want to access AWS services without internet, that meaning without NAT, without NAT. So do I have NAT entry now? I don't have any NAT entry now. Am I having access, internet access now? No. But guys, I'm in my Linux machine. I want to access AWS services. How do I access? Using what I need to install here? No. My question here is, I have a Linux machine. I have a Linux machine. I want to access AWS services from the Linux machine. What I need to install there first? I know you know the answer, but your mind is now too much technical. Okay. So, guys, you have okay, see here. There are two ways to access AWS. What are those two ways? Console access and programmatic. Console access meaning what? You're opening the console GUI. And programmatic access meaning through CLI. CLI meaning where? From the Linux machine only, no? Now from the Linux machine, if you want to access AWS services, what do you need to install? AWS CLI, yes or no? So you need that process. Huh? So no one will tell you that process in your real time, right? Riyaz sir will be there only for till tomorrow, huh? Right? So that process no one will tell. So remember that is AWS CLI. So Nana, from here I want to access AWS services, correct? From here, from my private server, I need to access AWS services. So for that, what I need to install here? AWS CLI. Can I install it now? Yes, but did we remove the NAT? Did we remove the NAT? Is it possible to install? We add it and then we'll install it and then we'll remove it again. Okay. Okay. So let's go to private. Nandkishore, I can feel you, man. So, and all traffic is routed to which Nana? Chite? NAT. So I added the route again. Okay. Now, if I do AWS minus version, do I have already AWS installed? AWS CLI? No. Should we go and install AWS CLI? Yes. First of all, in order to use VPC endpoints, you need to have AWS CLI, no? If you want to access AWS services, first you need to have AWS CLI. How do you, otherwise you cannot, right? So, okay. So remember how to install it. You understood till here? What am I going to do? Yes or no? Okay, good. So guys, I'm installing AWS CLI in order to access AWS services. First of all, I need to have that software here. So let me install that software. So Nana, how to install AWS CLI? On that day we saw that, right? Install AWS CLI. Okay. Linux. So this is Linux, no? Should we use this? Okay. So let's take and then edit. Okay. And then unzip. We need to install unzip, no? So yum install -y unzip. Install the unzip. Done. And then unzip it now. And then install. Okay. So we have AWS CLI now. Guys, I have installed AWS CLI now. Let's say, for example, let's take an example. Should I access, let's say, we need to access S3 from here. You can access any AWS services. For example, I'm taking as S3. From here, I want to access S3. First, what I need to do? Here, I just install AWS CLI. What I need to do in order to access S3? How do you authenticate AWS CLI? Using? How do I authenticate AWS CLI? Using? Huh? Using what? Keys. I know. You guys know, but the thing is, you're seeing my expression and then you're forgetting. Huh? So, what is that? Access keys and then secret keys. Nana, is it recommended to configure the keys on the Linux machine? No. What we need to use in this case? Which one? Huh? Roles, not rules. Which one? Roles. Remember roles? So either you can go and configure AWS configure and configure the keys here. But is it good to configure the keys here? No. What we need to do? Roles. So let's go and create a role and attach it to that EC2 instance. To this private server. You understanding logic? Okay. See. This is AWS. Right? We created two subnets. This is Bastion, public subnet. This is private. This is public and this is private. So this is Bastion, no? Did we log into this EC2 instance? From here, where are we? We logged into this here. Yes or no? Yes or no? This is which subnet? Public subnet or private subnet? Private subnet, everything is routing it to, all traffic is routed to NAT. So this is Linux machine, correct? If I want to access AWS services from this Linux machine, what I need to install in AWS CLI? I need to install AWS CLI. Okay. I just install AWS CLI. Now you tell me, I want to access S3 from this AWS CLI. I want to access which services to S3. Is it recommended to configure my keys inside the Linux machine instance? No. What I need to do? Create a role. For role, what kind of permissions I need to attach? S3 permissions. And this role, I need to attach it to EC2 instance. Which EC2 instance? You got it now? Clearer? I cannot see your faces like that. Huh? Okay. So let's go and then create a role. My problem is you got habituated with this spoon feeding. Yes or no? I gave you a spoon feeding only, no? The entire quotes. What is the meaning of spoon feeding? Each and every topic, step by step, I'm just, opening the banana peel and then, right, putting in your mouth, right? So, but you should not get habituated with that your entire lifetime. So I made you comfortable with this. Later, you should have your own stuff, okay? Yes. So, okay. Okay. Create role. Okay, so create role. So Nanas, create role. AWS service. Yeah, from tomorrow babies are grown up. 18 plus years. Okay, so which one I need to select here? EC2. And then next. And here, what is the permissions I need to give? S3. Guys, because as I wanted to access S3 service, that's why I'm giving S3. Otherwise, you can give any permissions. So role name, can I call it as 9 a.m. VPC endpoint role? Okay. So let's click on create role. Now this role should be attached to EC2 instance. Which EC2 instance? Public or private? Private. So let's go to EC2. And how do you, is it possible to attach the role while EC2 is running? Answer is yes. So go here, go to security, modify IAM role. So refresh. And which role? Do you see this here? 9 a.m. VPC role. Update. Updated. So can I access AWS services now? Yes. Okay. So what is the command to create S3 bucket? If I remember correctly, Google Tally is there, but still, AWS, which service, Nana? S3. You are creating what? Bucket. So what is the command to create bucket? MB, make bucket. Remember I told Mahesh Babu, MB, right? Make bucket. Which bucket? URI. Remember URI I told? How does the URI look like? S3:// and then which bucket is that? Let's say 9 a.m. Test VPC endpoint demo. Minus region. Which region? Mumbai region. Will you write Mumbai? Now what do you need to write? Okay. First, I'm showing you. Who is that? Venkatesh. First, I'm showing you. You are able to access. Guys, now this is my AWS LI. Can I access my AWS services through NAT? Through NAT, we can access. See, now enter. Created. So now, if I do S3 LS, see, Aram say I'm able to access my S3 buckets. I'm access my AWS services because what kind of entry that you have now? NAT. Now, should I remove the NAT entry? Let's go and remove the NAT. NAT entry. Where is that? Private routing table, routes, edit route, and then remove. Gone. Now you tell me, do I have now can I access this? Can I access this? No. How can you access it? It's not working. Because I removed NAT. NAT meaning complete full internet access I don't have. So even AWS services also will not access. But if I want my AWS services to get access, what I need to create now? Endpoints. What I need to create now? Endpoints. You got this? So I'm not giving full internet access. We need to create a endpoint. So how to create an endpoint. See, Nana, here. So here on the left side, you see endpoints. Click on endpoints. I told you for each and every service, you need to create a separate endpoint. So which is the endpoint that we should be creating it now? S3 endpoint. So create endpoint. So call it as S3 endpoint. Okay. So, and endpoint is AWS service only, no? Which is S3. Select AWS service. I wanted to tell you one advanced topic, but you will get confused. But okay, so guys, there is a concept called EC2 instance connect endpoint. What is that? EC2 instance connect endpoint. Now we are having private server, no? How we are connecting to the private server? Through Bastion. Yes or no? If you want directly to access private server from internet, you can go with VPC endpoint. This is bottom one. EC2 endpoint, EC2 instance connect endpoint. But not now. When that is whenever you have in future, you can do it, but not required now. So here, so guys, there will be a certification question here. Nana, there are 3 types of VPC endpoints. How many types of VPC endpoints? 3 types. So interface endpoint, which one? Interface endpoint, gateway load balancer endpoint, and gateway endpoints. Right? So we have 3 types. Please write down. This is an certification questions. So that is so 3 types of endpoints: interface endpoint, gateway load balancer endpoint, and gateway endpoints. Okay. So interface endpoint, gateway load balancer endpoint, and then gateway endpoints. So now, guys, Nana, see here. Interface endpoints and gateway load balance endpoints are powered by AWS Private Link. So AWS Private Link is nothing but it uses this ENI, your Elastic Network Interface. So we are not going to use that because you need to have an ENI for that separately. All the traffic will be going through that ENI. See, as an endpoint of traffic destination to the service. So instead of going with the you creating the endpoint, you creating the ENI meaning Elastic Network Interface. You are creating ENI, unnecessarily you need to do a lot of things. So instead of that, I would vote to go for gateway endpoints. Which one, Anna? Yes. So go for S3. Okay. So please write down. Interface endpoints and gateway endpoints are powered by AWS Private Link. Interface endpoint and gateway load balance endpoints are powered by AWS Private Link. And your gateway endpoints serve as a target for okay, this guy. Yes, right on that. So 3 types, Nana: interface endpoints, and then gateway load balancer endpoints, and gateway endpoints. 3 are there. So I would suggest which one will you go for? Gateway endpoints, because interface endpoints and then gateway load balancer endpoints, they are using AWS Private Link. That meaning it uses the ENI. It uses the ENI. But whereas your gateway endpoints, you can use it through the routing table. It's easy not to use the routing table. Yes, so that's why we'll be going for the. We'll be going for this. You're done. You wrote up. Okay, ma? Okay, right. See here, very important. So which one, Nana, we should be using? See here, I'm giving S3 endpoint and AWS service. And which one we need to search for? Which service? S3 service. So if you want to use S3 endpoint, select S3. If you want to use DynamoDB, select DynamoDB. If you want to RDS, whichever the service that you want, select. So click on S. And we have gateway interface. Which one I told you to select? Gateway. Select the gateway guy. So if you use gateway, that will be used with your routing tables. It will be very easy. And which VPC? Mumbai VPC. Nana. And this VPC endpoint, you want to attach it to which routing table? Public or private? Which one? Private. Super. Because why? Where is the logic? Because I want to access from here, no? That's why I need to select which one. My private subnet, my private server is in which routing table? Private routing table. So I need to select private. And then give full access. Create endpoint. Do you all understand how to create an endpoint? I'm showing it again, see for you guys. So here, give the name, select AWS services, and then search for S3 and which gateway, which is the endpoint that you should use? Gateway endpoint. And which VPC? Mumbai VPC. And which routing table, Nana? Private routing. Because you are attaching because from the private server only you're accessing AWS services. No, S3. Right? For that reason, we are going with the VPC endpoint. So click on create endpoint. So Nana, now for private routing table, which one? For private routing table, do we have NAT entry? Do we have a NAT entry now? No, we have removed it. That's the reason why I cannot access anything. I cannot access anything from here. So now what? Now for that private routing table, what we have attached now? Endpoints we have attached. So whenever you create an endpoint and we selected the private routing table, no, now you see automatically a route will be added to the routing table. See here, private RT, go to routes, and you see this here? VPC endpoint route got added automatically. Because while creating an endpoint, we have selected private routing table. That's why a route got entered. And you see here, we have something called PL. We call it as prefix list. What is that called? So now see here, Nana. In this diagram, all traffic inside this are routing it to by default, it is routing to NAT. But we remove the NAT now. Now, which traffic should be routed to S3? So guys, all this S3 traffic should be routed to VPC endpoint, correct? Nana, yes or no, Chiti? All traffic is routing to the NAT. All traffic is routing into the NAT. But do we have the NAT now? No. Now, which traffic that you want to route it to VPC endpoint? S3 traffic. So S3 traffic meaning you need to know the S3 IP addresses, no? But we don't know, right? For that reason, AWS, what it does is, on the left side, 50.540.11, right? Prefix list. So here, do you see this here? We have the entry. So we have this entry. What are these IP address ranges? These are S3 IP address ranges. So guys, instead of going and adding one by one in all my private routing table, what we do is, hey, what's wrong, man? So you're missing the topics. See here. So these are all the ranges. These are all the S3 ranges, right? So instead of you going adding one by one this entry in the private routing table, you group it, no? So that group we call it as prefix list. Okay, Nana. So now in the private routing table, we have it. We have the VPC endpoint now. Yes. Can I access it now? Yes or no? Can I access it? Yes. Let's go S3. Do you see that? We're able to access it. Do we have NAT now? No. We have VPC endpoint route. That meaning I can access only AWS service. That to which service? S3 only, because we created which endpoint? S3 endpoint. So now I have VPC endpoint. Can I access internet? Can I access internet? No, I cannot access. Let's say, for example, I'll write yum install -y HTTPD. I told you with VPC endpoints, you can access only AWS services, not internet. Do you see this? It is getting timeout at the bottom. Timeout. If at all you need full internet access, then go with the NAT. If you don't want internet access, you want to access only AWS services, then go with VPC endpoint. Nana, you understood? It is understood, guys, online? So, you understand? Easy, no? This is how you can architect it. So, guys, now I have created only one public subnet, one private subnet. Can you create multiple private subnets? For one private subnet, I add a NAT route. Another private subnet, I go with VPC endpoint. Another subnet, it's my wish. I go with S3 DynamoDB. However you want to create, you can create it. But this is the ground basic. With this, you can just extend from here how many you want. Is it clear, Nana, online, everyone? CC? Ah. Yes. VPC endpoint. Correct. So through NAT, you have access because by default, you can access AWS services also. You can access full internet access also. But for customer, if customer says that I don't want internet access, I want to access only AWS services, then go VPC endpoint. Yes. Super. Excellent, Anna. Will you able to do this practical? Do you need steps for this? My students will not take steps, but if at all required, I'll try to update that on Google Classroom link. You can don't follow the steps, right? So I teach you, na. I thought you first create a VPC, go for internet gateway, go for public subnet, private subnet, NAT, routing tables, public routing, private routing tables, security group, right? And then launch one EC2 instance, Bastion and private, and then connect it. So go with these steps and automatically able to do it. So we're able to access VPN due to managed VPC. Does this? Okay, sir, we are able to access VPC endpoint due to managed privilege. Does this EC2 IP exist in it? Not EC2, Nana. So Venkatesh, see here. From this AWS, from this Linux machine, which traffic? All traffic is routed to the NAT, but I removed all traffic. But I'm saying which traffic should be routed to VPC endpoint? S3 traffic. So do you know what are the IPs of S3? You don't know. So AWS already created automatic a prefix list which has S3 ranges. So you are allowing that S3 ranges to send it to VPC endpoint. Guys, that's the reason why you need to create separate endpoints, because that prefix list has only S3 subnets. I mean S3 ranges. If you have DynamoDB, you have another DynamoDB range of ranges. Yes. Excellent. So I showed you now, guys, I showed you now how to set up the VPC and endpoints and everything. So now, and very important thing, I need to show you how to delete this. Okay. Otherwise, you just don't keep it like that. Okay. So, and another thing is, guys, tomorrow what we're going to do is, if you think, sir, I still have little bit confusion, or no one will have the confusion, but just in case, sir, I want to see one more time how to create a VPC. Tomorrow will be the VPC peering. What is that, Nana? VPC peering. So there, how many VPCs I need to peer? 2 VPCs. That meaning, how many VPCs I need to create? One is in Mumbai. In another VPC, I can create in another region. So 2 times I will be setting up the same things tomorrow. 2 times I will be doing the VPCs tomorrow again. And I create 2 VPCs, and then I create Bastion and private. And from private to private, I do the connection. And how to do that connection, we'll see tomorrow. And tomorrow, that will be the last topic and last task. Okay. So we, yes. So it's all traffic like S3. Exactly, Nandakishore, you got it. Resume resume preparation. So resume preparation. So what I'll be doing is, I gave you it already yesterday. Did you, Pradeep? Did you attend the classes yesterday? Yesterday I gave Viz Labs, no? That is on the certification questions. You can practice it there. And then resume preparation, what I'll do is, guys, what I'll be doing is, I'll be sharing one document to you, right? That has something called roles and responsibilities. So what you'll be doing is, you can download any kind of resume template from internet. Any template is fine. But make sure whenever, let's say I'm an interviewer, I'm interviewing you, okay? How the process will go, I'll tell you now, okay? First of all, let's say you are coming to me. I'm sitting in my chair in the table. You came to my office room. The first impression for the interviewer is your look and feel. How you look. Did you comb your hair properly? At least based on my 17 years of experience, generally I interviewed thousands of people. So this is how, and whatever I interviewed, all these are like, doing very well now in the companies. But thing is, the first look is like this. What I see, maybe experienced people, those who are taking interviews also, they can also message, they can put it in the chat. The first thing I see is the look and feel, the look. So did you comb your hair properly? And did you insert? You have your shirt in or not? Okay. And then I see your shoe, right? Your shoe is properly matched or not. But by seeing this, what I'll feel is you look professional. You look professional or not. And if you're just going with, okay, jeans is also fine. Jeans, t-shirt is also fine. But if you are a fresher, I would 100% recommend to go with the formal. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. And when you're going for interview, always better to go with the formal. When I see you in informal, like, jeans and normal shoes, no in shirt and all, I feel that you are not that professional, and then you looks little bit of careless. Because when you're going to the interview, that interview might not be important for you. I get that feeling when you're coming with the t-shirt, like you're showing your biceps, coming it, and then I feel like this position is not important for you. There are many people, those are really need the job. Why should I hire you? So all these things, the positive behavior is really, really, really important. The first is look and feel, and the way how you come in, right? So don't just open the door and come and sit like how you're doing in your home. You need to properly ask. You wish, first of all, so good morning, sir. Or if you're a little bit more experienced guy, you can call him by name. But freshers, interviewers and experienced people, those who are sitting in the interview panel, they like this word called sir. That is every inner feeling, they have this to call them as a sir, because that will enhance their respect. So whenever you call that sir, then you will, so I'll get a positive impression on you, first of all. Let's say, for example, let's say you guys are all freshers, for example. You came to me, good morning, Riaz. Hey. Okay, I'm okay. But somewhere, little bit disturbance, right? If you say, good morning, sir. Okay, good morning. Sit. So that, but there are many people in different attitudes, okay? So, and then, okay, let's wish them. So wish them properly and sit. And the first thing is they'll ask here is, you can first wish them and ask, sir, hope you're doing good, sir. Just ask, don't say how are you? So why should I tell how are you, right? So it is depend, like, you should be nervous, not me, right? So don't say how are you, right? Say that like, good morning, sir, hope you're doing good. Yes, I'm doing good, right? So that's thing. And then the interviewer will ask you, the first thing is, tell about yourself. So first of all, before that, what I'll be doing is, what about beard? Should you always be shaved or look formal? Until unless your beard looks very neat, beard, cut down. Until that looks neat and professional, that's completely fine. Don't go like Devadas, like in a big forest. Okay, don't go for it. So always, guys, okay, that's fine. That also, you should look neat. That's it. Okay. And the first thing I'll take is your resume. I'll take your resume. I'll go with that first. Before I interview, what I do, I'll go with your resume. So the resume look and feel also should be good. So don't just in one table name, no objective, nothing there, and then your BTech reports, right? Marks, and then no project, nothing, and then you are from this place, and gender, and then do do you put gender and all? Not required. Okay, male, female, not required. By name, by seeing the name, we can understand. Okay, so let's go with this. So give the proper nice format. So guys, for freshers, what I look is, okay, you completed your graduation. What extra that you did is the first thing that I'll check. What extra that you did. If I see the plain paper with only your marks, the first thing is, the marks is like basically, I'll go, let's listen guys. Okay, I'll take few more minutes. Okay. So marks, I'm interested in the marks. Let's say you said 80%. The first impression that they'll get, okay, you are an intelligent guy. And if you are 60%, 70%, that meaning I need to check. If you are a 60% guy, okay, there might be the people like me, I don't judge with the percentage. Because some people might get 60%, but they're really good in intelligence. They're good in thinking. So I don't really judge with, and experienced people, they don't judge with the marks. But okay, if you get 60%, oh, that's fine. If you have a subject, I'm good. I don't show marks anywhere to my customer, right? So what I do is, I see your marks. Okay, if you are good marks, that's good. Okay, good impression. So next is, what extra that you did. If you say that I did this training, let's say you are AWS certified guy. Let's say you have done this project, or let's say you have done this AWS, all these things, you know, these topics. Then what I do is, I feel really good, because this will show you that you want to do something in your career, and you want to start your career in this kind of technical path. So then what I do is, I will be, guys, if you don't put anything, what kind of questions should I ask you for a fresher? What kind of question if you put this AWS training and whatever that you have learned, then I'll ask couple of questions. I don't go deeper also for freshers. I'll ask couple of questions, on top always. And for us, you can easily clear that certificate, that interview. Technical thing, you are super good till now, I hope. Okay. So that is how, right, and also guys, whenever they ask about, tell me about yourself. So tell them professionally. I'm not really interested with your whole background. You are from which bag? Okay, you tell that, sir. Okay, so good morning, sir. Wish them properly and say that my name is this. Okay, so I am from this place. I completed my graduation in BTech, computer science, with, as if you are fresher, with this much percentage, and also I'm very interested in this cloud computing related career path. Based on this, I have completed my AWS training, right? And I have a very good knowledge on my AWS subjects. So just because it has to be point in time, it has to be very point. So if some people will say, sir, my name is this, and I am from, for example, Kadapa, and there our chief minister is this guy, and there no water, sir. So every day I'll go walk, and then why are you telling all this to me? So guys, there are so many different kind of people, right? So we saw so many people like this. Okay, so be clear cut and up to the point. Okay, Nana? And whenever they're asking about the questions also, if you know the question and if you know the answer, give them very confidently. If you don't give them confidently, sir. I think I might forget. Maybe I have no idea. Definitely, I'll have a look on this. So tell, I don't know. Don't tell like this. I don't know. So give the positive response so that you can learn. So for freshers, what we see is attitude. First one is attitude, because I need to hire you, because if you are a bad attitude guy, and because of your bad attitude guy, my entire team will be spoiled because of one person. These people will come in all the time to me saying that, sir, this guy is very rash. He's not helping. He's not doing. I don't want this kind of people to spoil my team. So first, as a fresher and experience, I'll check the attitude. So please be very down to earth, very humble, keep smiling. No, no, like uh, don't be very serious. Okay. And for experienced people, when they're asking about please introduce yourself. So okay, I'm not really, as you are a 5-6 years of or 3-4 years experience guy, I don't expect to give you very good deep level of information on your personal life. I don't care really. So what I need is, as for experienced people, what is your name, how much of experience you have, on which technology you're working, what kind of project that you're handling, and what are your roles and responsibility in that project. Enough. If you aim on that, I can clear, because see, as an interviewer, what I'll get to know is, let's say I have cloud engineer opportunity in my company. So in the cloud engineering company, I have job description. So I'll see the job description and I'll be asking the question based on the job description. Whether have you worked on EC2? What is S3? Have you set up the VPC? What is NAT? What is Internet Gateway? What is RDS DB engine? Have you set up high availability? What is disaster recovery? How to do cost optimization? These are all the questions for experienced people. And also based on the project, if you have done, so I'll go in the project, I'll be very much interested. What is your, so some experienced people will say this. So my project is about this. Good, Babu. That is about the project. What you have done. What you have done. I'm not interested in your project. A project may be very big. What is your role inside it? Sir, early morning I'll come. I'll open, I'll check emails, I'll go. What is that? So what technical that you have done? And also I'll ask, what is the recent risk and what is the recent task that you have completed? By asking this, if he's a fake guy, his face expressions, his eyes, and everything will go somewhere, right? If he's really guy that who has worked, so the latest task that he has done, he can completely easily say. And what is the latest issue that you have resolved? That is the interesting thing I might ask. And then I'll be asking you, what is your next, what you want to become next 5 years down the line? Based on this question, I can see your career path. So if you say that, sir, I want to get good money, good salary. So you're money minded. Okay, everyone works for money, but is money is only important? If you are an experienced guy, you can say that, no problem. But for a fresher, we cannot expect this kind of answers, because you have to set properly in the career and you need to start growing, right? Okay. So, yes, you understand? And also, please keep your attitude very carefully. So attitude is very important. So what I'll be doing is now, what I'll be doing is, you prepare the resume. So what I did in my previous batches, I always say this. I shared the resume and they they copied and they started going to interviews. And everyone started calling me that you are Ria sir student. Right? So same format, same thing. I don't want to give same format, same thing. You can download the resume from, but if required, see, if I put Pusukku sample resume also, you copy there. I know. So you can have in internet, you have so many different varieties of resumes, right? So go with this. And then what I'll be doing, I'll give you the points, what we have done on AWS. So you take that points and you put it in your resume, whichever points that you like and whichever points that you are interested in, and you clearly put it, all those things. If required, I'll remove the format and I'll put it in the Google Classroom. Okay, Nana? Yes. Yes. So that is as an experienced guy, the first thing I'm interested in your projects, because I will get to know your capacity, your technology, what you work on, and how much skilled you are. So when you're talking about your latest project, definitely you have to talk about your project only as an experienced people. So you talk about your project, tell about the project description. What is your project about? And then what is your role inside your project? And what kind of technical things that you are doing? Mm. Yes, yes, yes. That has to be, if based on your experience, that has a little bit deeper. You cannot, if you are 10 years of experience guy, don't say that I launched EC2 instance and all. No, a little bit deeper in masala. Yes, Srikanth. Okay. So yes, you can, you need to talk to them, Pradeep. So for experienced people on AWS, which part of AWS you like to ask the most? Good question. So as an AWS guy, I will be asking more questions on VPC. First is VPC, because you need to know how to secure your environment. Then I'll ask about IAM. Then I'll be asking about very deep in EC2. And I'll be talking about load balancers and how to set up high availability of your application. And I'll giving you a scenario saying that if customer is having a high latency, your application is in Mumbai and your customer is facing high latency, how do you resolve this? Yes. Our students see edge location, everyone, Taka, they're saying. You should say the same thing in your interviews, right? And then how to develop some serverless applications, API gateway, lambdas, and all for developers, not for support admins and architects. And then RDS, database side, right? And then um, we'll talk about data storage related things. So main core things are EC2, S3, VPC, RDS, IAM are the core things. So Dockers and Kubernetes, yes, if you are a DevOps guy, I told you the next step for you would be DevOps. So once you have learned DevOps, you will get a knowledge on Kubernetes. That meaning Dockers and Kubernetes you will get a knowledge on how to deploy the applications, right, in AWS and all. So once you have learned about Dockers and Kubernetes, please have a look on AWS. There is something called ECS and EKS. I told you, no? EC and EKS, Elastic Container Service, Elastic Kubernetes Service. So if you learn DevOps, right? If you learn DevOps, traditional DevOps, you will be installing Docker. You will be installing Docker engine. You'll be creating containers. You'll be doing everything by your own manually. But coming to AWS, everything is automated. So first of all, you need to know the traditional thing, then come to AWS and easily go to ECS service and you can easily create the container there. Easy, very easy. But for that, you need to know the DevOps knowledge first. Oh, yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Troubleshooting steps, because in VPC, guys, there is a question here. So what is the troubleshooting questions that you will ask? So especially in VPC, I'll be asking the same thing. Guys, you know one thing, whatever that the teaching that whatever the thing that I have shared, everything, whatever that I asked in the interview, I covered all those things here. So in VPC, I'm more interested in VPC endpoints and peering. VPC peering. Let's say I'll say this. I'll say like this. See, I have production environment. I have dev environment. And I have a database in production environment. But I need to have the similar kind of database in my dev environment, which is in another account. How do you replicate the data? See, for that, you need to think, okay, this is another account. This is another account. This is different VPC. This is different VPC. First, you need to establish the connection using VPC peering. And then once you establish the connection between the VPC peering, you can start transferring the data, or you can access the data however you want. So like this, based on, and then VPC endpoints, internet access, and how to secure it, how to route it, all these things I'll be asking. Okay, Nana. So guys, and by the way, so I'll be showing you how to delete it. That the first thing what you need to delete is NAT gateway. Please write down. First, what you need to delete? First, NAT gateway. So first delete NAT gateway. After that, terminate the EC2 instances. Why you're worried about that sandboxes, Roshan? I saw that question yesterday also. Do you worry about the sandbox? Not required, because sandbox meaning, the meaning of sandbox is, guys, now everyone have your own AWS account. Yes or no? You have your own account, right? Instead of that, organization will be giving the account for you. So whatever the labs or hands-on that you did, everything will not be doing in your account. You will be doing in your organization account. So organization should be ready to pay the bill. So here also in our Naresheti also, they are planning to have this sandbox, but I was not interested in, because you will not get that much of, you will get, freeness to do it. So I want you to carefreely go and doing all your hands-on, right? If I give something, I'll say, hey, be careful. Hey, don't do that. Don't click it. Don't do that. But I'll be setting everything. But the thing is, it is always better to have your own stuff, because you will be very careful with your billing also. You will get to know about the billing, right? And you know which to be created, which not to be created, because it is your own. If you're using someone's, yes. Okay, see now, guys, I deleted NAT gateway, no? So deleted. Okay, see now you can directly go ahead and then delete the VPC. Be careful. Will you delete default VPC? If you delete default VPC also, will you be able to create it? Yes. Default VPC has how many subnets? 3 subnets. All 3 subnets are public or private? Public. Do you know how to create public subnets? No NAT, no private subnet, no private routing table. Simple. You know, right, how to create it. So just go ahead and then delete VPC. If you delete the VPC, everything will get deleted, guys, automatically. Security groups, internet gateway, whatever you have created to this, it will get deleted. See? And one of this fellow, write down, elastic IP. This will not get deleted. So you need to remove that, release it. Otherwise, it will be charged. Okay? Otherwise, it will be charged. Any AWS certification mandate? AWS certification is mandatory, sir. Yes, I would say, guys, anyways, you have completed this AWS classes, right? You have got a good knowledge, great knowledge, right? So easily you can clear the certification. But the only thing is, if you have little bit money, that's what it takes $170. How much? $170 in total. That goes to 14,000 rupees. Okay, 14,000 rupees. So if you manage to get that 14,000 rupees from your home or from you, so go and you can easily attend the certification and clear it off. So how to attend the certification? So you just go here and then AWS certification, right? Login. So training and certification is there. You need to sign up there and then create it. You need to sign up and create it. Okay. Experienced people can get 14K from company if experienced people get 14K from company. Yes, guys, experience, those who are working inside the company, those who are working in the company, they will sponsor. Company people will sponsor, right? So, but if you fail, then no. But there is no choice of chance of failing. Okay. Don't use the word here in front of me. Can we attempt associate exam by just going through all your? Yes. Bushra, you can, but I would suggest to go with that Labs papers because you will get scenario based questions. You will get habituated with that. Okay, Nana? Any other questions that you can ask? You can ask. Sir, this class covers developer certification too. Any additional topic we need to check? Yes, Anusha. So it will cover developer certification also, but there are few things that you need to go with it, Anusha. So Anusha, if you go to just internet and then just get the syllabus of it, and whichever is not covered, you just read it. The definitions, if you read it, that is more than sufficient. You can do it. Any other questions? Sir, for you, solution architect professional, also like Chuma. I have professional also. Uh, with 1 years of but why you want to go with as a fresher with 1 year of experience? Yes, you can. Yes, we can. That is the top one. Solution architect professional is the toppest and toughest one in it. And guys, and also it happens also same with me. Guys, when I joined in 2000, oh, yeah. Okay, see. So when I started my career somewhere in 1999. So okay, I don't want to reveal that years. So the thing is, when I started, I worked in Amirpet only. I started my career. That was I still remember is a Faltu company. So so I joined there and I worked 8 or 9 months. After that, I got to know that the company is shaking. Right, everyone are coming through money and all. Right, you're right. I know. I don't know whether you know. I was a university topper. So as a university topper, I got as a campus selection. So I went to that company. So there they hired me, and I got to know that the company is not that much. I was hired as a .NET developer at that time. So I was doing .NET development and got to know that the company is a little bit shaking. And then I attended Infosys interview. Same on those days, to clear that Infosys entrance exam is very, very, very hard. A lot of reasoning questions, lot of mathematic questions. Do you remember? I don't know whether you use that books. Shakuntala Devi books are there, right? So we used to read, do all these things, and then we cleared that there. We had a group discussions, and then we had a HR, everything, everything, everything. So out of at that time, thousands of people came, only 50 people got selected, and I was there in that one of 50. So that I selected as an interview in Infosys campus, and then I showed Babu, I have 9 months experience. Consider me as an experienced guy. Go, Babu, go and play that side. Go as a fresher. Go as a fresher. So I lost that 9 months experience, but 1 year of experience they'll consider as fresher only, less than one. Okay. Yes. Sir, will you able for materials if available for certificate? Yes, we will provide. Okay, Mama. Say okay. So I used your 25 minutes extra. I think it's worth it. So do you have any other questions? I'll be here for you. Yes. And tomorrow, guys, any of those who are attending offline, please come offline here. So it will be tomorrow will be the last day. So it's good. So we have learned another part of AWS, that is never give up attitude. Thank you. Very good, Mani. You will be remembered for us. Thank you, Mani. So tomorrow, let's see. We'll talk. Okay. Can I give the final CC for today, please? Thank you. Thank you, Nandakishore. Oh, what? Hold on, guys. 1 second. Don't leave. What's that? What is that? Yeah. No. No. What are you planning, man? I'm get. I need. I got scared, man. No. Sure. Okay, so yeah, okay, okay. I respect your decision. So, okay, that is good. No, otherwise, I thought um, Riya sir is required for many people still. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you. So, online people. Okay, thank you. Thank you, online. Wow. You said before I could have dressed it nicely, no? Huh? Abba. Wow. So you're making the day special. Really nice. Ma, okay. I should not be alone. So teachers should not be alone, right? We have the students. Come. Oh yeah, oh, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you, sir. Oh man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Superb. Thank you, ma. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, and I feel really special today. So, thank you very much for this. And you, today I look really like a teacher. Yes, sir. Uh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, now, wow. Ma, sir. Oh, yeah. No. Huh? ఇది ప్లాన్ ఓకే ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్ ఓకే పెళ్ళదుగా ఓ Oh man. Wow. Too much, man. Wow, man. This really, really too much. Really too much, man. Wow. This is too much. It's really good, really good. Yeah, yeah. This is I didn't expect it, man. Really. Your teachings will never be erased from our minds. Wow. Everything. Too good, too good. No. Where this is 1 year. Yeah, 1 year back. Ah. Whoa. What? Man. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, man. So you made my day. Very nice. One of the one of the no, yeah. I it's too good actually. I don't have since 2.5 months. I was shouting and talking a lot. Now I don't have words. Uh, but thing is, I really, really, really respect your feeling, and I should say that this batch touched my heart, and and thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for this love and affection. Thank you very much for this love and affection, and you especially you will be remaining in my hearts for sure. And with this occasion, I'm saying that as I said, I'm not that big to bless you, but still as a part of as I'm at least for this 2.5 months as I'm a guru. So I really wish all the very best from my bottom of my heart for your next future endeavors, and also I hope and I pray God to for all of you guys, each and every person, that to get settled soon. Right. Thank you. Yes. It will go up, huh? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's really, really good surprise. Hey, thank you online. I hope I can see you somewhere, but I definitely thank you very much, online people as well. And come, sir, sir, run. Come, come here. Put your hands. No, run. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So you'll fill my mouth, huh? One little bit. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's okay. No, thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Please. Thank you. All the very best. This is for you, all of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma. No, please, don't touch, please. No, ma. Just give me a second. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. No,
So much.
thank you, ma. Ma, thank you. Thank you. No, please. No, please. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you, Nana. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you, Nana. Then, are everyone, you know, was cherry, yeah? Are thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. No, sir, no, please, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Happy teachers, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, thank you.
Vinod, bro, Vinod. One photo. Vinod.
Thank you. Thank you, Nana. Thank you, ma'am. No, thank you, please, thank you. Please. Sure, sure. Yes. Okay. So I'll take out this mic.
అరే ఆరా నిమిషాలు ఏం కాదురా లాస్ట్ లో 0 పక్కన పెట్టి కంటిన్యూగా 6 months
రేపు uh, so online people and everyone, I think most of the people have left already. I should have concluded before. And thank you very, very much for this lovely surprise. And I really liked it. And thank you very much. And online people, offline, everyone. I don't know. I'll be really missing this batch. As I said, few months back itself, on the starting or couple of days, I said this would be my favorite batch, right? So thank you very much, Nana, for this. I'm very honored and blessed to have a wonderful students like you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye online. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.